Hi, Wonder Class, and welcome to Thursday, the 4th of February 2021's English lesson. So, our learning objective for today's lesson is can I edit my writing and make it better? So, yesterday, your activities were to write down the subheadings you were going to be using in your writing, write out the rest of the non chronological report, and create a fun fact box about Mrs. Bowen. So, in this lesson, we are going to be looking at how we can rectify the mistakes that we might be using. So mistakes can make it really hard for other people to understand what we mean when we are writing. Not only does it make it hard for other people to understand what's been written, but also when you guys are reading back over your work, it can make it a little bit difficult. So let's have a look at some mistakes which often appear in English. So missing word mistakes. In this sentence, some of the words have been missed out, so it doesn't make any sense. Can you add words in so that it makes sense? So have a go. What you might need for this activity is a whiteboard and a pen or a piece of paper and a pencil. Write down read the sentence and then have a go at correcting it. So I will read the sentence to you. Last week, I to the park. Full stop. So have a go at correcting a sentence. Remember, pause the screen, try it yourself, and when you press play, I will show you the answer. Okay, let's have a look how we could change this sentence. So, last week I went to the park. So the word went, the verb of doing something, has been included to fix this sentence. Spelling mistakes is another error that comes up in lots of writing. Can you spot and correct the spelling mistakes in this sentence? They like going to the seaside. Have a go, write it down, pause the screen, and when you press play, I will show you the answer. Okay, so they, They, like going, Going, to the seaside, full stop. So there's an example of how that needed to be fixed. Grammatical mistakes are when we are writing, we choose the wrong words to go in the sentence. Can you spot the mistake in this sentence? So they was having a good time. Have a go, have a think, pause the video, and then when you press play, I will reveal the answer to you. So instead of saying they was having a good time, which doesn't actually make grammatical sense, they were, W-E-R-E, having a good time, full stop. And another grammatical mistake is we choose the wrong words again to go into the sentence. Let's see if you can spot this mistake. I thought there was a full carton of milk in the fridge. So what looks like there's a problem here, have a go, pause the screen, and when you press play, I will show you the answer. Okay, so you can see it's been corrected there and there. I thought there was a full carton of milk in the fridge, so it's not actually personal, therefore it wouldn't be an EIR there, it would be an ERE there. So have a go at these. Each of these sentences has a mistake in it. Can you spot them? Have a go at them by yourself. So here's the first sentence. When I went to the farm, I saw a horse. She go to the shops to butt some sweets. It was sunny at beach. The car was read. It went very fast. So what things need to be changed in that sentence to correct them? So let's have a go. Let's have a go at going through it. So when spelt W. Sorry, I'm just going to make it a bit smaller and type down below. So when, if I correct the sentences, when, W-H-E-N, I went to the farm, comma, I saw a H-O-R-S-E for horse. So that's how you could correct that sentence. She go to the shops to butt some sweets. So she went to the shops to buy some sweets. full stop. Next sentence, I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller, maybe 30, good. And it was sunny at beach. It was sunny at the beach, full stop. And the car was it went very fast. The car was red and it was red and it went very fast, full stop. So those are some ways to correct those sentences. So all it took was, sometimes I make mistakes when I'm writing as well, but what this activity helps us to do is learning how to proofread. It's something that I often comment on in Tapestry, something I always comment on with you guys in general, is to always make sure when you finish reading, when you finish completing your work, put it down for a moment, maybe do something else, come back to it with what I would call fresh eyes, and read back over your work and see if you can find any errors, any mistakes, anything that you can add, anything that you can make better, because there's always room for improvement. So today we will be editing our non-chronological report. So remember the editing skills that we looked at previously. So let's focus on improving our sentences, changing different words. Remember that not all sentences need jazzing up, but some of them do. So to edit our work, we have to proofread it. That means we have to read over it. We have to read it aloud. We have to check for full stops, question marks, and exclamation marks. So have a look at our editing station. We need to check for all of these things. So under punctuation party, we have to make sure we've got commas, full stops, numbers if we have steps, bullet points if we need to. We also need to look at our spellings, check online with a dictionary if we're not sure of how to spell things. And let's have a go. So let's read over our non-chronological report together and see what we've written. So all about Mrs. Bowen is my title. So I'm just going to insert here in red, just to help us a little bit more, what features that we can see. So here we've got a title. So I'm going to write title in red. Hopefully that will work. Great. So we've got our title, and here we've got our subheading. And we've also got in here, I'm just going to put them in just as a way to see exactly what we're writing. So we've got our rhetorical question being used here, which I'll put into brackets. Okay, so have you ever wondered what makes a fantastic leader? Read on to find out all about the wonderful Mrs. Bowen and how she led her school, or you could put her large school, to be unique, special, and outstanding. Early life. I might change this to all about her early years of life. So that's going to be my subheading, and I've changed it. So I'm just editing it to make it a little bit different. Mrs. Bowen grew up in Langley. She went to Holy Family and then to St. Joseph's in Wexham. In her school days, she tells us of how her head teacher was very strict and wanted everyone to do the best that they could. First interest. So there's my subheading, which needs to be underlined. Mrs. Bowen was first interested in computing when she was in secondary school. This may have also been an influence from her father, who worked with computers also. She followed her interest and went on to university to study business computer systems. She then decided that she wanted to make a difference to people's lives, and working in an office wasn't doing this for her. So it's up to you if you want to change these sentences. Here I've got another sentence. So scrolling down a little bit, hobbies and interests. Mrs. Bowen doesn't just work all of the time. She enjoys relaxing in her living room, being around her friends and family, and eating lots of tasty food. Did you know Mrs. Bowen is also a great skater? So there are some fun facts also included in that paragraph. Wise words is this subheading that I've named it, so it's just a little bit extra added to. Mrs. Bowen says that if you are a teacher, you can always become a head teacher. If you dream it and believe it, it is possible. To be a good leader, you have to be able to listen, understand, care, be organized, and humble. Would you agree Mrs. Bowen has these qualities? So here I have our class written one, and for you guys, you're going to write your own and edit your own. So you might think that some of my sentences need editing, and you might want to replace words with different words and things like that. So do feel free to do that because that is the aim of the lesson. So here are your 3 tasks. The first task is to correct the paragraph below. The second task is to edit your writing, focus on spelling, tense, and punctuation and vocabulary. And task number 3 is to rewrite the final non-chronological report in neat. So let me just read you the paragraph for task 1. Because they have such a good army, the Romans invaded many different countries. The army was used to protect Rome and to keep control over the people who they conquered. While they were in the army, the soldiers had to spend a lot of time away from their families. So there's lots of errors in there, and it's actually making me smile and kind of laugh because there is so many, and I can't wait to see what you guys make of that and how you correct it. So really take your time, read through, look how the sentence is even starting, look how you could change it. So when editing, use a different color to track your changes. I look forward to seeing all of your work on Tapestry, and have a good time completing your work. I will see you all in the next lesson. Bye everyone.